For this program, I declare the counters for this problem in lines 1 to 3. Odd and even will be the ones that will count up whenever I input a number in line 14. Y is there to make sure I will input only 5 numbers as instructed. And if you check line 13, the while condition remains true until y is equal to 5. So starting from 0, it will keep asking me to input numbers until y reaches 5, to which the condition becomes false and the loop ends. Inside the loop, in line 15, is where a function is called. As instructed, I define the function in line 5, which is the check even odd, that checks if the received argument from the loop is an odd or even number. Whichever result will be will increment that specific counter by 1. Again, once the loop is done, the program will lastly print the number of times odds or even numbers were input placed. Hmm. The find factorial function found in line 1 is the one that will calculate the factorial of the given number from line 7. In line 7, once given that number, you can see that before printing, it will call the function with that number to calculate its factorial. Within the function, we define y as 1, as this is currently the initial number of our factorial. Next is the for loop, where, to put it simply, the variable I increments until it reaches the end of the range. The I starts in 1 because the range function next to it tells that it should start at 1 and end at this range. So if we give this program 4, that makes n equal to 4, and the loop will loop until I is equal to 4 plus 1, which is 5. While it is looping, we multiply the value of y with the current value of I of that instance. So y is multiplied by 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and the loop ends. The value of y is returned back to line 8 and finally prints the factorial of our given number. Similar to problem 2, it will ask the total amount of our purchase. And before it prints the discounted amount or not, it will call the function back at line 1. It uses our inputted number to check if it's more than or equal to 1000. If true, it will return our total amount deducted by 10%, then prints that discounted amount. If false, it simply returns the same number back and nothing has changed. As explained before with using and defining functions, I took the 5 counter loop from problem 1 as the problem instructed that I have to input 5 temperature readings. For every input, the function is called to determine whether the temperature I gave is cold, warm, or hot. Since anything above 30 is considered hot, I dropped any conditions and defaulted it into an else statement, and anything negative will default to cold since it will be always less than 20. This goes on until y is equal to 5, to which the condition loop becomes false and then the program ends. This final problem is similar to using problem 4, where we call the function for every input, but instead of having 5 inputs or guesses in this matter, we only have 3. We rename the y variable into tries that is equal to 3, as instructed on we have only 3 guesses. This also decrements instead of incrementing, as once we reach 0 tries, the program ends. The key difference is that we're now passing 2 arguments to our function. As been told by the instructor that we don't need to make a random number generator, I instead use a random number which is 7 as our secret number. So every time the function is called, the input compares if it's equal to our secret number, and if it's less than that number, it will print that our input number is too low. And if it's more than the secret number, it tells us that we went too high. Once we have guessed the correct number, the program tells us to. And that's it. I forgot to make it so that the program ends once we have guessed this number, but at this point, at least it got the job done.